Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the Great Gibraltar Draft with Hound Dogs. And today we have got the Qarabag game against them in the quarter-final of the Europa Conference League. Before we get started, of course, make sure you leave a like and subscribe so you don't miss any of the good stuff. And of course, what I will do is show you the one game we've had in between this one and our previous round. So the one game you have missed is our 2-0 win over Europa FC. Pella, initial header was saved and Dungala got to that one, but he did have a second bite of the cherry to pop it in for 1-0. And then in the second half, we wrapped things up with a good goal around the 60th minute, where Kingsley played the ball forward to Graziano Pella, who started the game, moved it over to Dungala, who slotted it in for 2-0. So there you go. It was only one game in between that, the last game against Dynamo Moscow and this round of the Cup. So only the one game to show you, but we will jump into things with things as they are. We've got a few players with fitness concerns and a few players out injured, suspended, that sort of thing. We have got currently Marlos playing on the right-hand side, Romero on the left, Bareback up top. I think what we might do is, in fact, swap things around and have Pella up top, Romero on the left. So we go back to our old school days of when we won the league the first time round. Dirasuba and Pereira de Sá in the midfield with Michael just behind them. Then we've got Woudenberg still playing at right back. Wisdom, Sergio Silva in the middle and Salah at left. And then Cincialo has gone in goal, as unfortunately Gustov has got an injury for a few days. But we'll be back hopefully for the next leg if needed. But that is where we're at. We're going to jump into today's game, hopefully get a good win. We are for the first time away from home in the knockout stage for the first leg. So if we can leave here with a draw, I'd be very happy. They've been on good form though, Qarabag, so it's not going to be easy. It won't be easy at all. Like I say, it probably is the easiest draw we could have had at this stage, but still it won't be an easy game of football necessarily, as we will step into the game with a disadvantage of being away from home in the first leg, but hopefully the second leg can maybe turn things around. If we can head out of here with a draw, more than happy with that, as Sergio Silva takes a deep free kick, plays it in short to Kingsley, Pereira de Sá, and then Bareback. John-Christophe Bareback looking to get down the right-hand side, finds Pereira de Sá again, arriving late into the box. Woudenberg on his left foot strikes off the bar. That's probably the benefit of having a left-footed player playing at right-back, is that they can cut in when we do get forward. But with that said, 25 minutes in, still looking not too bad, really. A decent start to the game. A poor free kick, though, by Bareback does allow it to go straight into Balayev's hands. And Qarabag will look to now move forward. Are they going to... Maybe they don't want to move forward. Maybe that's it. No, it's a drop. He has drop kicked it finally. And it's gone straight over the top of our defence. Owusu's in on goal. But it is Sinisalo in goal, making his... Is it his debut? I don't think it's his debut, but it's a good account of himself so far. It is headed clear though by Wisdom as we look to break now. If we can get to that one, Bareback does manage it, but doesn't look like anything really came of that counter attack. As we've got 10 minutes left of this half, we've been doing all right. I'm pretty happy with things. As I said, I'd be happy with a draw at this day. Pereira de Sá with a flick on though into Bareback, who's coming inside to Pella. Looks around the corner. Maximiliano Romero's through on goal, and he does finish. He's been influential in getting us the 1-goal, 2-goal here and there to get us through these rounds. And getting that one there was perfect. Pella doing brilliantly well to play the ball through, I should say. Pereira de Sá wins the initial flick. Bareback finds Pella, and then Pella's ball through the middle finds Romero. It's perfectly weighted for him to just come onto it. And it is 1-0 Hound Dogs as we go into half time. But the looks of it, with 5 minutes to go, this could be a lovely start to the second half if we can keep it this scoreline. But Balayev will look to launch the ball forward. We've had issues before with dealing with that, but Sergio Silva does this time. Andre Wisdom looking to launch the ball forward. Doesn't go near Pella, who's not going to have the legs to be able to get to anything that's not too close to him, as they do look to move the ball around. We are looking to put pressure on them, but if there's I mean, we don't want to be pushed out of position, but Gaspar does very well to get past Woudenberg in the initial time. Woudenberg's worked hard to get back round into position, but he's fired it across, and Andre Wisdom does clear, and Woudenberg will come forward with it to Pereira de Sá. Then Salafu, who's got plenty of time on the ball. He's got no pressure whatsoever, who looks for a through ball to Jean-Christophe Baerback, who's through on goal here. Could we get a second before half-time? No, it's completely panicked, and he smashed it over the bar. It's going to stay at 1-0 for the half-time interval. So we do jump straight into the second half. Don't think there's any need to make any changes at this stage. We've looked very, very good so far. We might look to take off Kingsley Michael in that ball-winning midfield holding role for Keita, just because he's on a yellow card. But Pella does very well to win that header. It's a ball over the top by Maximiliano Romero into Pereira de Sá, who's just tried to lob the keeper on his left foot, hitting the bar. I mean, it's quite the strike for sure, as Kingsley Michael will look to bring us forward again after their clearance. Pereira de Sá on the ball, Baerback, then Pereira de Sá, who's just been fantastic since he signed for us. Absolutely great stuff. But wow, off the bar from that lob, it doesn't quite go in for us, but we do manage to keep the pressure on. As Woudenberg's ball in, finds Baerback, who will take on his man, plays it back to Woudenberg, who'll want to get it on his left foot again, plays it inside to Kingsley, back to Woudenberg, who's cut inside, but he's defended against well, but he's managed to keep hold of it. Pereira de Sá's little poke over the top doesn't quite find Romero as they clear, but it comes back forward again. Salafu plays it to Salah, then Salafu again, inside to Kingsley. We're keeping the ball nicely here. Salafu into Pella. Can he turn and get shot away? Not quite. As Salafu dinks it out wide, who Salah will look to get this in. Romero, Maximiliano Romero, loses out that ball, and it is cleared by Quarabag, who will look to counter now. We've had a lot of players committed to that, and so we will have to deal with that, as Andre Wisdom looks to have done very well there, although it may be actually a sending off. That's not ideal. Andre Wisdom's been sent off. He was the last man. He obviously must have gave the player a nudge. He was already on a yellow card. And that is going to cause us some problems for sure. How are we going to react to this? I am not sure. Maybe let's bring on Ramirez. I think that might be the best bet. Maybe for Jean-Christophe Baerback. If we pop... Right, let's have a look at how we're going to do this. Because if we put Ramirez back there, Woudenberg can maybe play central defence next to Silva. Ramirez playing right back. We could pop... I still want to keep us a bit of width. But it might be a challenge to do so. So maybe what we do is we commit to the kind of narrow formation. We have Romero sitting as a pressing forward on attack. So he's more central. And then we've got the wing backs providing that support. Woudenberg's going to have to do a job in there, certainly. And maybe at this point we'll bring on Keita as well to sit in that ball-in role. We can't afford another sending off, can we, really? We're going to just have to hold on. I think we will drop to balance, at least for now. As we do come forward, Salah into Salafu, who's ball across, finds Romero. Can he get a yard and a shot away? Make it double our lead? That'd be lovely. Keita into Pereira de Sá, whose long-range effort... I mean, the keeper's had a bit of a mare there. He's... It hasn't gone in, so he's done his job, but he has allowed us to get a corner from it, as Salafu will look to deliver it. It's at the near post, easily cleared, but we will get onto that one and start again as they look to push the ball out again. We've got half an hour remaining of this first leg. We can see that Valencia and Braga, who are going to be the competition in the next round if we get through, Valencia is in the lead 1-0 there. Now, we're just going to sit here and not bother taking the free kick. Sergio Silva just wasted time. I like it. It's clever. It's clever stuff. Keita looking to drive through the middle, although Salafu is there. He's driving on. Can he finish here? He does shoot. It smacks off the post. I mean, that's, again, we've hit the woodwork for what, maybe the second or even third time this game. Gutted that we haven't been able to get a second goal here, but it will be Quarabag coming forward once again. Ozovic down the right hand side into Hoseanov. He goes back to Ozovic. I mean, again, I'd be still happy with a draw, especially now with the sending off as well after going 1-0 up. So if we do draw, that's absolutely fine, as we do have the home fixture in the second leg. Patrick looking down the line though to Gaspar, who's Ramirez isn't close enough to him. The ball comes in, and there it is, Owusu. We knew it was probably going to end up coming at some stage. We're going to have to try and react now and keep keep them at bay for the last 10 minutes of the game. Who do we bring on here? I'm not entirely sure. Maybe what we do is we take Pella off, we prop in Dungala back there, we make Romero sit centrally. Centrally. He can go as a false 9, and then we'll put on Dungala as a shadow striker to support him up there. So we've got to play a slightly deeper initially, so hopefully that might nullify things if they do look to move the ball about a bit, and getting in between those lines as well as they're a 4-4-2, it hopefully will help. But with that said, only a couple of minutes left of this game in the first leg. There it is. It's 1-1 as we go into the second leg. It's gonna be an interesting one. We've done very well to get the lead, and then the sending off did hurt us, but we weren't too troubled by them. So I'm hoping that means we should be we could get the win in the second leg. We can see Sassuolo beating West Ham 2-0 and Valencia beating Braga 2-0. But of course there is a second leg to play, and we will have to see how everyone gets on. We've got the home advantage this time, but without Wisdom could be interesting. Here we are then at the second leg, and of course, with Andre Wisdom being suspended and sent off, we are going to have to move things about a little. Woudenberg will be coming in to play at centre-half. Sergio Silva next to him, Ramirez at right-back, and Marco Sala there as well. We've also had to pop in Keita, as again, Michael is also suspended, so not ideal. And Undangala's come on at the right-hand side, bareback, just didn't do quite enough in the last game for me, so he will be slotting in there. Otherwise, unchanged, as we will be leaving Gustav off the pitch as he has got fitness concerns. So I have to say, I think Sinisalo did okay last game, so I don't think there's any real concern there. We'll just have to see how we can do with Woudenberg having to cover in at centre-half. But with that, we're into the game, and we're going to kick things off and see how it goes. They are on top already, so it's not a great start, but we can score. We know we can score. We've got Maximiliano Romero on the pitch. Pella's there as well as Ndungala. So we've got the players available. Pella is, as Orzovic gets put through on goal, it's 1-0 Quarabag. As Pella's been nominated for Player of the Season, so that's quite cool. The 39-year-old, I think he is now. 39, still going strong. He is retiring at the end of the year. If he wins Player of the Season, you never know. He might even just change his mind. Doubt it. But we do have a corner here. Salafu delivers. Woudenberg's up with the header, and he just heads over the bar. Playing centre-half, he's obviously got that licence to go forward on corners. But isn't quite able to make that one count. They look forward long again. Woudenberg wins the header, which is great to see. But Hisayanov will look to come forward now, as it is switched out to the left-hand side, taking on Ramirez at right back. Ball comes in, the header towards goal. Gaspar Sinsalo matches it, grabs onto that one quite easily, but the initial chance itself, not great. Pella, though, able to flick it down to Romero, finds Salafu, who is actually challenged by Ibrahimi, and they are able to get the ball again and start over for Quarabag. Not ideal, as in the first 20 minutes, they have looked the better of the two sides, as the ball gets played through to Owusu, who's 1-on-1 with the keeper, who has had an absolute mare there, smashes it wide of the goal. But so far, I'm just impressed we're in a quarter-final. That's pretty good, right? We're in the quarterfinal of the Conference League. I know it's the Europa Conference League, but I wouldn't have said this team would be able to get to a Europa Conference League quarterfinal. Not yet, anyway. I think we've got a couple of players that can definitely be in a team that can, but otherwise, I'm pretty impressed. Maximiliano Romero, though, receives the header from Woudenberg, who's going to drive forward now. Pereira de Sá has also bombed forward to support him. He's absolutely flying. Looks for a ball inside. Graziano Pella, can he score? Yes, he does. That's his 20th goal of the season. A lovely little finish. Gave the keeper the eyes as he came running onto that pass. Pereira de Sá being absolutely influential once again. He's just been so good for us. Romero, Pereira de Sá, who's just driven all the way forward towards the box, played it inside, and Graziano Pella, using whatever pace he's got left in those legs, popping it past the keeper to make it 1-1. Back in the game as Salah on the left-hand side will look for a throw-in into Salafu Diarasuba, into Keita, who again looks across to Pereira de Sá. He does lose out, though, to Ozovic, who's going to be driving forward. Pereira de Sá working hard to get back, though, and he wins that ball back. That's exactly what we want to see. Ndangala then back to Ramirez at right-back, who's going to have to play it safe. He does, back to Sergio Silva, then Keita, then into Ndangala again. He looks for a ball through to Pella. It's not likely he's going to be running onto the end of those balls that often. So I'd limit those where possible, boys. As the ball's hoofed forward, Sergio Silva wins that one. And we kind of get to start again as Wandenberg again on the ball. He's done very well playing at that centre-half role. I have to say, I've been pretty impressed with him playing there. So it's good to see that he's kind of managed to fit in all right. As the ball gets played over the top, Salafu's not able to get there as it's headed back to the keeper. With 5 minutes to go till half time, we've got a few minutes left to try and hold on or get a goal, depending on how we do things. But it's Wandenberg with the misjudged header as it does bounce over him. And Owusu's... I shouldn't have said anything, should I? I mentioned that there's a chance of a goal and it goes instantly to them. Owusu getting that one. It's just straight over the top. The amount of times that we get done by that, just not winning the header. And then Wandenberg, yeah... I don't know whether to blame him or not. I know he's not really a centre-half, but you'd hope he'd be able to judge a bounce a little bit better than that. But we go into half-time. It's 2-1, 3-2 on aggregate. So we've still got chances and still got time. I think we will take Ndangala off and pop Bear back on that right-hand side. We might look to change things up as well with Pella at some stage, just so we've got a different striker on up top, or different type of striker. Obviously, it'll be a different striker, but different type of striker. So they're not so maybe popping Romero up there, give him a bit more of a different sort of issue to have to try and deal with. But are we going to actually get rid of this? No, we're not. No, we just wanted to give Owusu his hat-trick for the day. Yeah, okay. Oh, no, his second goal of the day. Great. A great start to the second half, boys. 6 minutes in. 3-1 down now. Gaspar with the throw-in initially. Medved plays it back to Gaspar, whose ball in is cut out by Salafu, and Salah just decide to have a bit of a play with it. Salafu loses the ball, and he finds Owusu, who's just unmarked, because I think we thought we were just going to clear it, as we probably should have done. But instead, we cause ourselves some issues. And we go 3-1 down as they will come forward again. Ramirez getting a challenge in there, not quite able to get rid of it properly, as it will come back to Patrick, then Quariev, who turns on the spot. And we'll restart the move. Back out wide to Patrick, inside to Petricion, maybe, is that it? Husseinov, Petricion or Patrick, moving the ball around, trying to get something to happen. Owusu, who's been very good for him. He's got the couple of goals and caused us some issues today, as he looks to come forward again with the ball, looking to turn, find Gaspar, whose long-range effort flies over the bar. But again, they are coming at us and causing trouble. Ramirez has not had a great game at right back, I'll be honest. He's not had the best of days. But Salafu looking to deliver this ball. Can we get a goal here? Pella with the header off the bar. We're not able to get onto the rebound. Pereira de Sá just unable to slide in and poke that away. But we're still creating stuff. With 15 minutes to go. We're on attacking already, so we can't really go much more than that to very attacking. Maximiliano Romero, we will bring Marlos on there. Just swap Jean Christophe over. In fact, what we'll do is pop Marlos in the attacking midfield role, and Cudjoe can come on at right wing. See if he can do anything. In the final 10 minutes of the game, we need 2 goals. It's not likely to happen now, as it looks like it is just slipping away from us here. But I'm proud of the boys. What can I say? They've done very well. We've got to the quarterfinals. It's a good kind of stepping stone, a good mark to start off with. We've already made it to the Europa Conference League next season. That's kind of confirmed. We've got there. If we win the league, obviously we've got the chance of getting in the Champions League and maybe the Europa League, as we did this year. And we've obviously still got that opportunity to go into the Conference League after that. So we've got 855k coming in, which is good. We've got some players. Oh, Thorgerson is leaving us at the end of the season. I'm not too concerned about that. We've got plenty of left backs. He's 25 now, probably not worth money. £87,000 in wages, 690,000 in transfer budget. Looking at the competition and schedule, though, I think really we'll jump to the end of the season now. I might even skip past the Man 62 game, show you kind of the highlights of those, wrap things up, and then get ready for next season. But with that said, thank you very much for watching. Make sure you leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and I will catch you in the next one. See you then.